art class, we're going to start our bottle shading. This is a bottle that's just shaded in pencil, just regular pencil. It's got a shadow, it's got a table line, it's got some highlights erased from it. That's the first step. Second step is to draw bottles and then paint them with watercolors using different tones of the same color. So for example, with the green bottle, we use dark green, light green, and yellow. The blue bottle over on this side has dark blue, light blue, and a little bit of black to make a navy blue. And the orange bottle is orange, red, and yellow. So different colors in the same family would create the shade of the watercolor painted bottles. They also have table lines and a table and a shadow on the table too. Okay, so first step is drawing the bottle. You need to draw the bottle considering a light source in order to paint the bottles using a light source. Okay, so we've already done this. This is a separate video. So now we're going to start with the actual painting. Okay, the one I showed you just now had 3. We're just going to start with 1. We're going to use watercolor paper. So the first thing you have to do is choose a bottle tracer. I would choose the same tracer that you did with your shading exercise to keep that a little simpler. You don't have to. I am. So I'm going to use the same bottle so that we can see where I put the gray tones, lights and darks in that one, and then we'll be able to easier choose our paint colors. Okay, so the first step is going to be to trace the bottle out using a sharp pencil. Just put it in the middle of the paper. Okay, draw my table line. Okay, and go ahead and add a shadow as well. So I'm thinking my light source will be over here. Okay. All right, now I'm ready to start painting. So I know that my bottle will have the darkest green on this side because I put my light source over here. I drew a little arrow for my light source right there. Darken that up a little bit just so you can see it. Okay, that's my light source. So I have gotten a palette ready of greens. So I've got my dark green, my light green, and then my yellow to make a super light green, also to use for highlights. Got my water cup. I've got a couple of different brushes to choose from. So I'm going to go ahead and start by blotting a little excess water off of my brush so that I can put a wash on my paper. A wash is just a little water on the paper. It helps the paint go on smoother. And I just did a small area because I want to focus on that small area first. So I'm going to go ahead and add my darkest green to that area. These are concentrated watercolors. Notice they come in tubes. They're different than the ones in the palettes that we're used to. So when you use these, you just have to touch them with a wet brush or damp brush, and you'll get some color onto your brush. You don't need to dip it like you would think a tempera paint, even though it looks sort of like a tempera paint. Just dip a little bit in water and then touch the paint, and the paint will come off onto your brush. Notice how that paint flows onto all the areas that I've put the wash on with water and a clean brush. So it flows smoothly onto those areas. And I do want this to be pretty dark on this side, so I am using a little bit heavier paint than I probably normally would with watercolor, but I do want it to be kind of heavy right there. Because that is my darkest of dark areas. Okay, go ahead and darken that side and then we'll come back for the second step.